Hi everybody, it's Judy Converse, pediatric nutrition expert here. And I have so many questions on my blog right now that it's just maybe a little more fun, a little quicker to give them some attention in a video and give you guys some quick answers rather than sit here and write everything down. There are over 100 posts on my blog at nutritioncare.net on all kinds of topics. If you haven't seen it before, I'm dealing with kids who have some really big challenges around feeding, nutrition, development, growth, allergies, etc. So take a look there. There's a lot of topics there. Here's a question on my blog I want to share with you today from someone named Angela, who says, my 4-year-old daughter is on the spectrum, has anemia, is milk addicted. You guys will see, by the way, I have a couple things on my website, nutritioncare.net, about milk addiction, especially in kids on the spectrum. And it's a big part of their features in terms of their autism features. We've tried everything. She's very picky. I've waited an entire day and she doesn't eat anything. She just will take milk. This is such a classic pattern. So this mom is saying, I don't know what to do. She knows when I give her other food. Of course she does. And if you've read the post on milk addiction, I also have an ebook there that gives you some how-to details, like what to do about this. Please have a look at that. What's happening in these kids' brains is they're getting a kind of a buzz, if you will, off the milk protein. This happens which is casein. Not lactose, casein, that's the protein in milk. They get it from wheat protein, which is gluten. It also happens with soy protein and with pea protein concentrate. So that'll be like in Ripple milk or Orgain milk, which is the vegetarian version. They have a milk and they have a vegan version. If you're working with a kid who's got that type of picky eating, do not replace any of the foods with soy, pea, wheat, or milk. All of those proteins need to get out of the diet. And when I say get out, 100% out. You can't cheat. You can't have a little, because when the child eats these proteins for a variety of reasons, they're not completing the digestion of that protein very well. And it ends up making about 30 or 40 smaller chunks from that protein that look like an opiate. It's called an exorphin peptide, and this has been in the literature for some 30 years, and it's super addicting. It hits endorphin receptors in the brain, the things that light up when we laugh. You know, it makes us feel really good. And of course there's drugs that do that. So this is why these kids are so picky. They're not going to decide for you to stop eating this stuff. So I've written an ebook about that. It's called The Milk Addicted Kid, Your Kid's Brain on Dairy. I think that's what, and you can see it on my site at the Work with Judy tab. Take a look at that. This mom mentions her daughter's anemic. She's anemic because all she eats is dairy food and wheat, and she doesn't eat, there's no way her brain can function on neurotransmitters that look like opiates all the time. And no iron. You need iron to make and break down serotonin and dopamine. So it's so common for these kids to be really malnourished, and the screening isn't done. So please pick up that ebook. Go to my website, nutritioncare.net, where it says Work with Judy, and I think it says buy a book. You can buy this ebook for just a few bucks, and it's going to start giving you some details on here's how you tackle this. And another thing I want to tell you is I've met many children who've gone to very expensive and renowned feeding clinics who have failed miserably in those places because no one addresses this, and they're given foods that continue to feed this addiction pattern in the brain. So that has to be 100% broken, and then you can start to see some improvement. So thanks for that question. That's really common. Kind of unbelievable to me that I've been doing this for 20 years, that this is still not in the mainstream screening process for kids with autism who have severe picky eating. I recently had a client just yesterday whose child was entering a feeding program, a 19-day inpatient program. It cost a couple $100,000, and there was absolutely no lab screening done whatsoever, which shocked me. They don't even look for nutrition deficits at all, which will change eating patterns in kids in and of themselves. So these things need attention, and hopefully someday our healthcare system will incorporate this stuff. But for now, take a look at that information that I've got on the blog to help get you started. Okay, thanks.